On three, guys.
One, two, three.
Hi.
Hi. What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of
Be
Uplifted. Pew, 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 pew. Happy Halloween,
I was
y'all.
gonna say it.
Wow.
Happy
Halloween episode.
Season 3 Halloween episode.
What's our
Let's
theme
go.
today? What's our
Wait,
theme?
first of all, if y'all were here for the last one, put in the comments of what we were.
Mm-hmm. What were we last year? If you would true be uplifted,
Right.
like, what's it called? What's the word? If they ride with you since back in the day, a true be uplifted.
Day ones.
Day one.
Day one, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Put it in the chat.
Yes.
There's no chat, but put it in the
Oh, and in
comments.
the comments. Why do I still say
Well,
that?
because last year it was a live stream.
That's true.
Was
That's
it?
true.
Yes.
Oh.
It was a live
Oh,
stream.
that's right.
It was,
It was
live.
live
Oh
on-
my God, that's crazy.
Rich is a real day one.
I know, right?
And then
Right.
my confessions. That should help you.
Yes.
So, we were originally going to be
Pimps and hoes.
Pimps and Hoes.
Ari and I were going to be the pimps.
Yep. But they couldn't come up with their hoe outfits, so
So
I
we came
could-
up with matching button downs.
Yeah. Because it's fall, we got to wear flannel because we're Filipino.
Yeah.
so we came up with Teachers and Nerds, which we thought was kind of perfect for season
I've
3
never
premiere.
seen so much cleavage on teachers. I'm like, you know me, I'm the boob man. I'm so
I would have
distracted right
paid
now.
attention so much in class and still been not paying attention.
I'm trying not to look, but look.
Up here, Rich. Up here.
Shit.
Hey, my lazy eye. You never noticed that?
I never noticed you had such a lazy eye.
I keep glancing down too. I'm like,
This one's like, where do I look? Where do I look?
Let me just set up my phone over here. It's like,
Let me just say, after us both having kids, man, we got some titties.
Yeah, we got some teddies, that's for sure. I can't, you can't have it all, but we can have some titties.
I know you guys are so jealous. If you're jealous, well, so be it. Because I'm sitting right in front of them.
don't worry, I'm taking a selfie.
There we go. I'm pretty sure somebody in the comment section is gonna be like, "Oh my God, I can't believe the way they treat those women."
Oh, just like last year when people were trying to speculate.
Yeah.
It's funny because actually before filming our premiere, not the premiere, before filming this episode, we were discussing what we were going to be, right? And we were all cracking up in our group chat because we were like, if anybody read our group chat,
Yeah.
they would be like, these motherfuckers just need to have an orgy already.
Well, somebody did. Was
I
that
said
you that said it?
that,
You guys probably supposed to. Oh well, I mean, I'm down.
Yeah, exactly.
Anything
So-
for content.
right. Exactly. It's for you guys.
And if anybody watching, listening wants to partake in that, feel free to do so.
There you go.
I also came to a realization that she's the only one that hasn't seen me naked in person.
Yeah, because
I
you have.
On a live stream.
I've definitely seen some ass.
That's so funny.
I've taken.
I've only
He's
seen
taking
a picture.
pictures.
I've only seen a picture
Yeah.
of the ass, but I haven't seen it
The-
live yet.
Your ass is on my phone, literally.
Actually, that's not fair because you've done photo shoots of me and you've seen my ass, so I should be able to see yours.
Okay.
Okay, deal.
Well, you know what? Let's do it right now.
Yeah.
You've seen boobage, so I need to see both of you. What do you guys got?
I've only seen your calves.
You
So-
caressed my titties way more than
We can
Look, both of us are showing cleavage. I want to see some balls.
bad.
Bust them out.
If you
It's
got
only fair.
balls, do them.
If you want to see their balls. No, just kidding.
How fair? How fair is that though?
What do you mean?
Because you're like, oh.
Balls is not the shaft.
No,
so
no,
it's just a little bit of taste. Just
Yeah,
like,
but you're like, I'm gonna show a little bit of cleavage.
Focus.
You're gonna see a little bit of balls. You're gonna see like,
a little skin.
you're gonna. Yeah.
she's gonna be like, "Are you showing it yet?"
Like how is that fair?
To me, it's fair.
Well, it's my world over here.
All right, whatever
You
you,
don't
say,
get to see my.
nerd. No, just kidding.
Sorry, ma'am.
Okay, so one of the things we came up with for this episode was, like we said, it's October. And what else is very special that's
I'm
in
really trying to look.
Smooth transition. Great segue.
What else is part of October that's
Yeah.
important?
Come
Halloween.
on.
No. What month is this?
Oh, Filipino American month.
Wow. Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
Filipino American month.
So we were thinking to share with some of our fellow viewers, if they didn't know, one of the things we were going to talk about is some of the Filipino, what are they called?
Ghost.
Wait, there's a name for them.
Momo.
That's how I know. Momo.
There's a
Momo.
Filipino.
I can't wear this shit.
Mythical creatures.
Yes.
There we go.
Yes.
Filipino mythical creatures. So, if you guys are not familiar, I was going to say, if you guys are not Filipino, if you guys are not familiar, Filipino or not, with the Filipino culture, there is a big, there's a lot of, what's it called? When you're superstitious. There's like a lot of superstition. There's a lot of like mythical sayings and creatures and things. And like mythical creatures is a big one. So can any of you name off like some of the ones that you've heard off the bat and like what they are for our viewers?
Isn't Aswang like is Aswang a vampire?
Yes.
Yeah.
Aswang is a vampire. I think that they don't. Aswang is a vampire that it's a shapeshifter.
Yeah,
actually.
exactly.
Okay.
So it.
I heard he's really tall too.
Yes, and he's smoking a cigar. So you
No,
wouldn't-
that's a capre.
no. Aswang.
No,
Okay.
those are the few drinks that you get when you're playing soccer.
No. So this guy.
Okay, so right here, the aswang is the queen bee of Filipino monsters.
Yes.
Because of how powerful it is. It has evil, shape-shifting
Yes.
powers
Usually-
similar to that of Dracula
Yes.
and thrives in eating human flesh, both raw and cooked.
Yes, but predominantly too. I know a lot of these creatures actually supposedly feed off of pregnant females.
So I hear that aswang do and manananggal. Do you know
Yes.
what manananggal is? Do
It's-
you guys know what that is?
It's the one that separates.
So a manananggal is the one that has haunted me since I was a kid because I've watched movies about it, but also I've had family members. So that's another thing. In the Philippines, you hear a lot of people telling like real life stories about what they've experienced and what they've seen, and they like swear up and down that they've actually experienced these things. And like as a child, I don't know about you guys, but hearing those stories freaked me the fuck out because they were like firsthand, like, oh yeah, in my village, you know, so and so saw this, or like,
Right.
you know, blah blah blah. A manananggal is one that it looks like a woman during the day, but at a certain time at night, I believe. I'm going to read that exact description, but their body splits in half. She turns into kind of like a vampire with wings.
Yes.
And her very specific target is a woman that's pregnant because she takes like the soul of the baby and like eats the baby from
Yeah.
the pregnant woman.
Yeah.
And
That's big in the Vietnamese culture too.
is it?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, it's supposed. So it's the top half, right?
Right.
Yes.
the top
And
half.
it floats.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, okay. And supposedly that's real. Like I've heard,
Oh,
like
yeah.
I said, I've heard people say like, no, I saw that when I was a kid, and I've been like freaking scared for life, like blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was scary because the first time I've heard of this, it was actually a Vietnamese one, and my girlfriend at the time was she still is, but
She was.
she's still Vietnamese.
Yeah.
But she was telling me about this, and she said that, oh yeah, this was when I was living down south. I was off 54th, so like
Oh, okay.
in the heart of like Vietnamese superstition.
Yes.
And she was all like, yeah, at the I don't know if it was at the Vinh Dong,
Oh, okay.
that there was a break-in, and they said that the scrambled footage was showing a half person, like it would skip. I was like, what the fuck?
So yeah, I mean, I don't know. You know, I haven't seen it, but there's a lot of people that say that they have. So
Yeah.
Well, let's start from the aswang.
yeah.
Aswang is like, that's why you actually in the Philippines, they'll have like a roving patrol,
Yeah.
like guard the houses of pregnant women from stray animals.
Yes.
Because one of them could essentially be an aswang
Yeah.
Oh,
that
okay.
will
Shapeshift.
come and take kill the baby or eat the baby.
I actually remember there was one time because my mom was pregnant and a very random dog walked into our property, and like our property was gated.
Yeah.
And it was just weird, just the way that this dog approached my mom. I admit that, like, whether I believed in it or not, it was just fucking weird, the whole interaction. And she was like, close that. And I was like, why? She was like, because the door was open, you know? She's like, you never know, that can be an aswang. And I was like, holy fuck. Like, as a child, I'm like, oh my God, close it, you know? But that's a genuine fear that she had. She was like, I'm fucking pregnant right now. I don't know if that's a shape-shifting motherfucker, you
Yeah.
know? Like, I was like,
You can't
that's
invite it
crazy.
into your house.
You can't invite it. Yeah, if
Yeah.
you do, you're done, you know? So it says here for the manananggal, often confused with the aswang,
Yes.
like you said, mostly because they both feed on human flesh, is one of the most popular Filipino mythical creatures globally. It's not easy to forget a monster that severs its own half body, leaving the lower half behind as the upper torso flies around and preys on newborns.
Yes.
So
And then I heard that the only way that you can kill that is if you
put something in the half, right?
yeah, you put something in the half or destroy the bottom half. So
Yeah.
when daylight comes, they can't reattach
Right.
and they bleed out.
Yes, that's what
Yeah.
I heard too.
they bleed out.
Yeah.
Okay, do you guys know any other ones?
Like
Duende?
duende.
Duende.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the one that I always heard of too. So, can you describe before I read the actual definition what a duende is? Growing
They're
up.
elves, right?
Elves, gnome,
Little
dwarf.
evil gnomes
Yeah.
and dwarfs, and
Yeah.
like
Well, no, technically there's a white elf
right,
and a black
good
elf.
one and a bad one
Yes.
for sure. So I'll give you guys an example of that. When I lived in the Philippines, or when I would visit the Philippines, there was a house across from us, and there's a lot of trees. And like for example, like I had family that would say, "Don't look out the window because there's duende that live over there." And I said, "What does that matter?" You know. And then they told me creepy stories of like, "Oh, you know, our neighbor looked out that way and said something like offensive to the duende, like, oh, they don't exist."
Yeah.
And supposedly the duende came. Like, this is the way that they say it. The duende comes and you don't expect it and like pinched her or did something. And this person had like an elephant foot after that. You know, like
Like an infection?
like developed a really bad
cellulitis.
Yeah, something crazy like that, right? Like elephant foot or cellulitis. And their theory was it was because of the offensive things they said towards the duende. So they came and they punished her.
That's crazy.
That's
Yeah.
Well, that's why in the Philippines too, I know with the duendes, anytime you walk across land, right, you say tabi tabi po.
Right, you're
Because
saying, excuse me.
tabi po is like I'm walking across. You're kind of gaining permission
Right.
But
from them.
I also heard that was only in plants, like if you're walking across grass
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah.
Like if you're on a sidewalk or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, no.
You're good.
It's when you're disturbing
Their-
nature.
yeah.
which is where they live,
Yes.
is in
Yeah.
nature. So here the definition says Filipino. Yeah, mythical creatures also have duende, the local equivalent of dwarves. But unlike in Snow White, they're a lot more fickle, playing nasty tricks on the people they don't like and showering gifts to those that they do.
Yeah.
So that's the good side of it. Like supposedly if you show them respect, then they bless you with like different magical treats or whatever, you know? What about Diwata? Have you guys ever heard of that?
Diwata, I know that's a comic, right?
So I've never really heard of that one. This says it looks like a really beautiful fairy.
Yes.
You guys see?
Yes.
And it says Spanish colonial mythology, a dryad-like spirit similar to fairy legends, much like famous fairy legends, can take on a beautiful and attractive human form, inviting people to go back where they live and never be seen again by the outside world.
Oh.
So they're fairies that lure you into their place and then you disappear.
I see no downside in this.
Me neither. I mean, if she was hot,
Right?
I'd follow
Yeah.
her anywhere. I will follow you.
Okay, so this one should be kind of known. Have you guys heard of multo?
Muto, yeah.
Yeah, that's when you wake up and then you have the boogers in your eyes.
That's muta.
That's multa.
But it in the south it's murto with an R instead of an L.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Do you know what that is, Lonnie?
I'm being educated. I was born in.
She was born here.
Oh yeah, because
Yeah,
your
yeah.
dad's Americanized and your mom's not Filipino, so
Yeah,
that
yeah,
makes sense. So multo is the Filipino iteration of a ghost that comes back to life as an ethereal spirit.
Yeah.
So basically, it's like a spirit that hasn't crossed over yet.
Yeah. That's why they say minamulto ka. It's like you're being haunted.
Yeah.
Is that why like there's a lot of superstition? I don't know if it's just my family, but with Filipino tradition, I guess, like when you know how they have to put the cross on or like the rosary or something like what on their hands when they're doing like the viewing and stuff, that they cut the rosary, so it's like
You're supposed to cut it?
that's what my family does.
I've never heard of that either.
I've never heard.
I've never heard
My
of that.
family cuts it, so it doesn't like fall. It doesn't follow within the family of someone else passing.
Do they cut it in Spanish or in Tagalog?
That's interesting. I've never heard that before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so this one is another common one for us in my family, capre.
Capre.
So a capre is like, from my understanding before reading this, is like a giant that lives
In the trees.
in the trees, and he smokes a cigar,
Yes.
and he just looks scary.
Yeah.
Basically.
So basically, you always see people like, oh, there's a capre because it's like there's no wind, but the trees are moving and
Yeah.
there's smoke.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, you can smell that smoke.
And they tell you not to stare at the trees because the capre doesn't like to be stared at, so you have to like look away when the trees are moving like that.
Yeah.
So it says here, capre is less of a monster and more of a deity that watches over the locals and farm animals. They are supposedly unusually tall and muscular with dark skin, hairy chests, but they can also take the form of beautiful, inviting men if they want to seduce people into following them. So, right here, guys. No, just kidding.
Capre.
I vape.
I don't really know this one. Sigpin?
Sigpin?
It's a werewolf, right?
Oh, yeah.
Wow. Really?
Mythical creatures considered, it's often believed. Okay, so it's basically a werewolf. Yeah. It's a dog-like creature visible to only its owner. It eats raw meat, preferably bloody and freshly slaughtered. When you keep a sigbin as a pet, it will be your silent guardian. It will protect you from danger. However, if you let a sigbin starve, it will not just turn on you, it will savage and eat your entire family. That went from 0 to 100 real quick.
And it's imaginary.
That's like-
I'm the only guy that can see it. Sigpin.
Right? Oh, wait, that's weird, right? Because you're the only one that
No, I
sees
just-
it.
I'm pretty sure it started from like some guy that was like, I have a mythical creature.
It was probably from a guy that didn't feed his dog. The dog got pissed and was like, my mythical dog. Is my tie crooked?
I think you just removed the tie because it's getting in the way of viewership. It's getting in the way. It's getting in the way of my viewership.
Okay.
Like Alani.
Well, when she adjusted, I tuned out of the podcast. I was like, what happened?
Yeah. Lonnie was like, Vince was like, sick pin.
I was like, I know what that is. That's
the
the
most.
Huh?
This one scares me the most. Well, actually, they all scare me. I'm lying. The Tianak. Do you guys know that?
Dana?
Tianak?
Chana?
I didn't hear of
Is that the one that's
and-
half the horse?
No, the one that's an evil baby.
Oh, that's the one that's like you're walking in the forest and you see a baby
Yeah.
and then you pick it up and it reverts into its natural form.
Right.
And it attacks you with teeth.
Right.
Yeah.
It's basically like Chucky on steroids.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. So
What?
Yeah.
See, look.
I'm not going to Philippines.
So, Tianak is a man-eating earthly creature that preys on human flesh. This Filipino monster lurks in the darkness, luring unwary travelers from
Yeah.
safety by taking the form of an infant child crying. As the kind-hearted soul goes deeper and deeper into the forest to look for the lost baby, the Tianak will strike and eat its prey.
Yes.
So keep in mind, guys, that people in the Philippines believe that these things exist. Like, not all people. It's like, again, mythical creatures that they have stories about and people, but like, that's how deep this goes.
Wait, how do you defeat these creatures?
I don't think they actually have a way to defeat them. I know a lot of it's like salt, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of salt
There's
stuff.
a lot of salt stuff. Say, it's gonna be similar to like vampires with garlic and all that stuff, and it's
Yes.
holy water.
Isn't that just what adults tell their kids? Why their food is so salty, but then it's really the preservatives because the Philippines is so close to the equator.
No, I think a lot of it. It's just like when as you're like like mythology or like threats by let's say the Spaniards. Like, don't go over there because there's this mythical creature that we've invented that prevents you from going over there to kind of control the populace. I think a lot of it stems from Spanish culture. So it's Spanish culture. You're not gonna if you're coming from Spain, you're not gonna be talking about a guy that lives in the trees.
Yeah,
right?
that's true. Okay, this is the one that. Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead.
This is the one that you were describing. The the one that's like a horse.
Yeah,
Tikbalang.
tikbalang.
Tikbalang, described as a hulking half man, half horse that towers over mortal creatures with broad, muscular shoulders. The Tikbalang is an elemental god, frightening, intimidating, and imperial.
Yeah.
Found-
My thing for that is probably just like somebody was on top of a fucking horse, and somebody walked up on him in the dark in the dense forest.
Well, the picture that she showed, it was the horse on the top half.
Yeah.
No. I know what I'm saying is
Oh,
that
that's where you think it stems
the
from.
illusion is like when you're walking and it's dark, it might look like the horse is. You could be walking the horse, So it looks like you're in front, right?
Or giving the horse a piggyback ride.
No. When you're walking your horse through the forest, because you don't want to.
It looks like the head's coming at you of a human, but then there's
Yes, but it's actually you in front of it, drag. So from afar, from a certain distance, it looks like the head is here.
So do you believe that any of these mythical creatures exist?
No.
Do you? I do. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm kind of hoping for the fairy one.
Oh yeah, I mean,
there's some stories that I've heard that like, I remember being in the Philippines, hearing people exchange stories, or like, you know, like old people, really old people that are like, oh no, in my day I saw one of those, and it's like, why would that grandma lie about that shit, you know? So there's a part of me that believes some of it, but obviously it's also like, well, why do they live in the Philippines and not here? You know?
But but I also see that the older people would believe in that more than the younger people, just because the younger people have more technology, so they have access to information.
Right.
Versus the older people have nothing to justify what they thought they saw, other than rumors. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's also like, you know, you see something that's not necessarily clear when you're younger, and somebody tells you what it is, and it keeps reinforcing that it was a whatever creature it was, and then you grew up saying like, yeah, I saw manananggal the other night.
Yeah.
But it was basically just a guy walking across the street that you just didn't see half his body for some reason.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I guess there's that part of me that's like, I believe that we're very ignorant to think that we're the only, like aliens.
Well,
right?
I believe in aliens.
Like if you believe in aliens, there has to be other things in the world too.
But I don't necessarily believe in like the supernatural, in the sense that like ever since Sony cameras came out, there hasn't been any sightings of Bigfoot, because now the resolution is so good
That's true.
that you could tell that it's not Bigfoot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that Bigfoot one that's a doozy. That's
Yeah.
so many people.
Or
that
the Loch Ness monster.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, it's just like, if there's no way to defeat them, and there's no stories of them being ever cast down into the underworld. There's so many people now with cell phones.
Don't get me wrong. The logical, like, sane part of me is like, that's so fucking stupid, you know? But there's also this part of me that's like, I always leave that little door open for like the unknown, you know? Like I'm always going to be that person that's like, I don't think I'm ignorant or arrogant enough to be like 100% no. You know?
Yeah, I don't think that there's 100% an explanation for everything.
Right.
But at the same time, I base it off of just facts.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
Yeah.
For sure.
I mean, like, you know, like, what was that, the Capre, the giant? I mean, it could have been a Westerner, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody so much.
Super big, yeah.
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 Mm-hmm.
Well, if it was Andre the Giant, he's like 7'1", or he was.
Right, or like
Yeah.
those people that have like that condition where they're super tall.
Like
you know?
Yao Ming.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
that. And people are like, oh shit, it's a monster. you
Right,
know?
yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what they see, and it's like, damn.
So we wanted to share this too because we thought it would be fun if some of you in the comments kind of sound off and tell us any ghost stories or any type of mythical monsters that you have in your culture. Because I know a lot of other cultures have. I can't think of any off of the top of my head, but I know there's been like some Hispanic friends of mine that shared like some of the ones in their culture.
Well, Lonnie, how about like Jason, Freddy, some mythical creatures in your from your culture? Jason, Freddy, you got the guy from Halloween. What's his name? Michael Myers.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He was
Edward-
great in Austin Powers.
Edward Scissorhands. No.
No.
Well, okay.
She's not naming all the people from her from American Childhood.
So, okay. There's one that I've only heard. Well, not only heard, but predominantly heard from Filipinos is there's this lady.
The white
Like,
lady.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
really?
the one that like if you're driving the back way to Plaza Bonita or something like that. Is
Right.
it somewhere around there?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so if you're driving around there, supposedly if you don't she's walking.
Right.
And
Right.
if you don't
Stop.
stop to see if she's okay, if
She'll-
you drive past her, if you look in the rearview mirror, she'll be
Yeah.
In the
your-
back seat.
in the back seat. Yeah.
That story happened. That story's told like almost in every region. Like
Right.
Okay.
at 29 Palms,
Okay.
they're like, if you're driving and you see a walking Marine
Mm-hmm.
and you don't stop, he'll appear in your rear view in your back seat, And the story is that he got lost in training and he died somewhere and he was never found.
Right.
Mhm.
I've
Which-
heard that one.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That and like I've heard something on Miramar Road too.
Well, I haven't heard Miramar Road, but I've heard Kearney Villa
Kearney,
Road,
I've heard
Kearney-
Kearney
I'm
where
sorry,
it was a
Kearney, yeah.
biker, right?
Yes,
A
yes.
bicyclist.
Biker.
Yeah.
Well, there's
Yeah.
also that one where, off the was it the 805, the Mira Mesa,
Oh, the Gravity Hill.
the Gravity Hill?
Oh.
Yeah.
So I had a group of not friends, but like acquaintances that supposedly tried that because you go there and you test it, you put your car in neutral, and supposedly, I mean, obviously I wasn't there, and anybody can say what the fuck they want to say, but supposedly because they came to school, I remember like freaking out and like, oh my god, da da da. And there's like 3 of them telling the story that it actually happened, and they were like all like flush and
Do you know the story about that?
like how or I don't really know.
So,
With the fin- with
so
the
the
fingerprints?
the whole
The
thing is you're
fingerprints, right?
supposed to put baby powder on
The
your
baby
on your
powder, yes.
hood, and what's gonna happen is as you put your car in neutral because it's a downhill.
right.
When you put your car in neutral, it will actually start going up.
Because it's saving somebody, right? Because people were killed.
The
School
story is there was a school bus that lost
Right.
its brakes and it just drove off of the thing. So it's actually the spirits of the kids that are pushing the car back.
Yeah.
I remember
Yeah.
now. Have you
'Cause-
heard of that?
No, what the?
Yeah.
So Gravity Hill, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because before, now there's like a building, right? There's like
Yeah.
I think Sharp is over there on that side.
Yes.
I think so.
It used to be nothing there. It used to be just
Yeah.
a turn off,
Right.
and then
Yeah.
nothing but like
A drop.
A
drop,
drop.
and then like the valley.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Like how most of Mira Mesa is like stuck
Right.
in like in,
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, can we look that up? Does that actually?
They had a rave there recently.
is
I want to see if there's like the story, if like there's an actual article.
they probably find one
Did you
that's
type
deep.
in Gravity Hill?
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, I remember it used to be darker too.
Uh-huh.
Before they had like all the on ramps that were there, because
Yeah.
it used to be just the exit and then straight to Mira Mesa Boulevard.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or
Because
down
there
the s-
wasn't a way to get, because you could take the back roads now. This will take, if you go straight there, I think, because you could go straight now. They'll take you by the back roads, is it Glen Abbey? No.
No, it takes you on the back roads like right around here.
Yeah, but it takes you past the cemetery.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
I don't know. On the,
Yeah. Is that Glen Abbey or Glen Abbey's down south, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I forget the one that's here, but yeah, it takes you by the mortuary and the golf course. But yeah, there's also that one lady that's everywhere. She's on Montongo also.
Montongo.
Yeah, because
Oh
you
yeah,
know
no,
it goes
that
down.
when it goes
yeah.
down. But you know
But-
what? That's crazy though. I like that place though is weird.
It is. My car has died for no reason
Wait, where
there
is this?
before.
On Montongo. It's like when you get you know when it's weirder is when you get down to the bottom.
Yeah.
Like when you get that
Where
dip.
the bench is.
That I'm saying. I always feel like I've seen
fucking
somebody
bench.
sitting there
Yeah.
waiting.
Okay, so now that we're saying this,
Yeah.
do you believe in like spirits or like a different like?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, me too.
But I
so
just don't
maybe
believe
not
in,
like
like-
mythical
I don't
creatures.
disbelieve in them.
I believe
Yeah.
in spirits,
Yeah.
but I do not believe in mythical. Well, I mean, I'm saying like maybe, because I said that, but definitely for sure ghosts.
Like, have you ever been to Valley View Casino?
Yeah,
I have. Yeah.
You know, but
I think.
the back in the day when you could only go up
a
like
certain way.
not it's like up Bear Valley, then you up go, and instead of going up and around, you kind of go up into the mountains.
Oh yeah.
You know where that? Well, you know that spot where they had the paintball. It's on your left.
The rock that had
It's a gigantic paintball field.
Oh,
think I
okay.
know
No, I
what
don't
you're
know.
talking about.
But like right after that, you hit this turn, and it's like straight out of a horror movie. Like you have the trees on both sides,
Okay.
and then you have just like an empty road, and all you see is like the lights from your car. And I always felt like
There was something.
something there that's gonna just waiting for me.
Yeah.
One of these days. I don't know. It's the weirdest thing.
That's why they say that like you have to be really careful about who you let in your house and your energy because like you can invite those type of spirits or they can attach themselves to you
Yeah.
and follow you. I believe that too. Like whether people think that's like juju or like whatever, I really believe that like spirits can like attach themselves to you.
I personally don't think they can attach to you, but like if you invite somebody into your house, that's like let's say something like M, right? And then we get into like the stories, and then we start like researching or getting into the mythical part.
Right.
Because you are so engulfed in it,
You're opening that
You're
portal.
opening up the portal, right?
I agree with that.
Yeah.
So
And I'm scared I won't close it.
Yeah.
you'll never will.
Yeah.
But because you have opened that portal, even if you move out of your house, and if there's a spirit or something happening in the next house, you'll still sense it. So it seems like you think it's following you, but in reality, you're actually just moving around, sensing everything
Well,
else.
that's why
along
they
the
say
way.
when your third eye opens, it opens,
Yes.
right? So I have a good friend, supposedly her family lineage, they all have this gift, right, of like third eye. And Jacinda.
I wasn't looking.
Oh shit! I thought.
You know what's
my
scary?
God.
No, you know what's you know what's scary? If you're sitting where I'm at, the light, the head of the light is
Looks
just
like a
peeking
human?
out.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
so there's sometimes that I go like this,
And
and,
it-
then it just
guys.
peeks out, and I'm like,
I'm holding onto this fucking mic so hard.
look, if
right
you look
now.
from here, you'll see it. It
Yeah,
looks like
like-
Megatron.
Let me look. From,
I'm trying, Rich. I'm trying. I got you.
So Jacinda, remember? So her
Yeah.
family. Yeah. Her mom, like when I went there to visit, her mom's like, yeah, like everyone used to call me crazy and my grandma crazy and even Jacinda crazy because we would see things, you know, and they had bought this voice box that supposedly like if you do like a certain seance or something, you can open the portal, right?
yeah, no.
And Jacinda was telling me because she has that third eye, it interests her, right? And when they listened to it, they heard, and you know, they did their little seance. They had the fucking box, and they could hear screams coming out of it. And one of it was like a little girl yelling or screaming and crying. Come to find out that like in the house next door, there was like a kid that was like murdered or something. There was like a fucking story that matched whatever was coming out of this fucking box. And I was like, see, that's that shit, right? And then there was this other story where she went to, was it the Whaley house or like one of those type of houses?
Yeah,
right?
I was gonna ask you about that if you
Yeah.
believe in that stuff too.
Well, she went there, right? And you know, I told you she senses things, and she said, and it's actually on the website. So if the picture she took is on the website to talk about how real and legit this thing is. They gave her the tour of the house, and because she has the third eye, she was like, I don't know what it was, but something told me to take a picture of this lamp, right? And everybody had on the tour. They told her like the lamp has not worked for 20 years. Da 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 da.
In the
like,
picture, it works.
so in the picture, the lamp was lit up. And there was like, oh
little-
my god, I just got the chills. Stop.
And it was like the little ball.
There's like a girl, like
Yeah.
a fucking weird vision, whatever. And they
Okay,
were like,
yeah,
but when you looked at the lamp, you couldn't see it, but in the picture, you could see it. And so they took that picture from her because she's like, I don't know why. I just wanted to take a picture. Someone and something told me to take a picture, and it was lit up in the fucking picture. I was like, that's crazy.
it was weird one time that we were at the Whaley house. Not we, like us, but my ex, and she studied up on that and everything, and she was telling us stories, which I wish I could remember all of them, but
Right.
but one of them, when I was holding her hand, it was the Whaley house was on this side,
Yeah.
and then it's me, and then I'm holding her hand. She looked at the window, but she only saw herself, and she's all like, "How come you have no reflection?" I was like, "What the fuck?" And I didn't see me.
Oh.
And it wasn't like I was wearing black. No, I saw her body.
Are you a vampire?
That's crazy.
No, it was hella weird. And then like when we turned around and we were like, "Yo," I forgot which homies were. I think one of them was Jonah. We're like, "Yo, what the fuck?" And then when we looked back, it was normal. But I swear to God, like both of us were like, "What the fuck?"
I believe it. So one of the crazy stories that Jacinda's mom told that I was like, oh, fuck that, right? She said that she went to the bathroom as a little girl at a drive-in. She's like, I'll never forget this because, you know, this was like a traumatizing story from when I was a girl. She said she went to the bathroom when she was at the drive-in and she saw underneath while she was peeing a pair of, what do nurses wear? Like Crocs, you know, like those nursing type shoes, you know?
Yeah.
And she was just like, what the fuck?
Clogs.
Clogs, that's what they were called. She saw a pair of clogs and like someone in scrubs. And she was like, what the fuck, you know? So when she went to open the door, there was nobody there. And she was like, okay, like, but she knows underneath that she saw the clogs, right? And she said she was like washing her hands. And when she turned around, there was like a bloody nurse, like behind, like she saw like a spirit of like this like nurse just like dead ass like staring at her. That was like a spirit like dead, and she fucking went screaming
Yeah.
and ran out of the fucking bathroom because she saw it. She was like, I saw it clear as day. It was like standing right there next to me, like, and I noticed the shoes, and the shoes were the same. That was like standing like dead ass in front of the door. I was like, that's scary.
I can't. I
Yeah.
can't.
No, I try not to. I mean, I've had those things, you know, like I remember the story of the painting.
Yeah.
That was just,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
you know, and there's always little things that like kind of remind me.
Yeah.
Have you done any research on the painting
And
itself?
the history of the painting. You should.
Yeah.
You should. He's like, I don't even want to know, bro.
Yeah.
It was just a painting of a dancer.
But
So-
like, who did it? Who's the painting of? Like, what
Well,
era was it
there's
from?
really no history when it comes to it.
You looked into it.
Yeah.
I was gonna say you seem like you would look.
Yeah,
into
it was a painting of a dancer and then like a partner or something like that. So it was actually two. It was like a set,
Oh, okay.
but for some reason that one is just always, yeah.
So one of the curiosities that I have is, are you seeing the same painting?
No,
Okay.
no.
So there has to be a history of it if there's replicas.
There's replicas because I think
Yeah.
it was famous enough for a time,
Mm-hmm.
but it wasn't. It's not like it's a Van Gogh,
Mm-hmm.
okay.
right? It's like saying there's a famous like American artist or
Mhm.
Western American artist or Southwestern American artist, and
Like
then-
Paul Wall.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
You know that has that painting, and that's the one painting that's made them famous. That's kind of like linked to them.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm pretty sure.
Are
I'm
we
not-
taking a break? What?
I'm trying to make sure it doesn't fall out
Sorry.
or they don't fall out.
Anyway,
Yeah.
I didn't mean to distract. I was trying to do it silently. You're the one that called attention to it.
I'm,
Editor, zoom in on that. No.
One day, guys. One day.
So I remember when I was like, I think I was in high school or something, and I was sleeping. And mind you, the house that I was living in it's like a back. It's still a part of the house, but it was like a back room, right? And my window was the backyard to look at the backyard. And
You okay?
Gotta get used to those glasses, bro.
no.
And I was dreaming, and something told me, and I felt like someone put their hands on my chest to like wake me up.
Lucky.
So I woke up, and it was warning me like there's somebody there at the house, right? And I heard someone jump over into our backyard.
Oh shit.
Like someone was trying to either like run away from the cops or like trying to break in. So then I go and wake up my dad, and I'm like, there's somebody in the backyard. And he was like, what? I'm like, there's somebody, like something's telling me somebody's in the backyard.
Yeah.
Right? So we go and look in the backyard, and things were moved around. So somebody was trying to warn me that somebody was back there.
Damn.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I have a hypothetical for you guys.
Okay.
You've been living in your house for like years, right? And you find a door that you've never seen before. What do you
Fuck no.
Fuck no. No.
Fuck no.
Nope.
Like, let's say if you move boxes out of your closet, and then all of a sudden there's like this little.
Nope.
Yep.
I'm straight off of that. Hell.
I'd invite several people.
I know. Let's open this together.
Let's open this together.
So
I don't
Fuck
know.
no.
I don't know.
Fuck no.
I'd put the box back in front of me.
I mean, if you open it and there was like $16 million in there.
But if you open it and there's 16 million ghosts in there.
so when I was living down south.
What a portal!
Yeah. So when I was living down south in an apartment off of 54th, right? When we moved out, my old roommate hits me up, and it was all like, "Hey man, what's in this door?"
Oh, hell
And it was in
no.
the closet. I was like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" He's all like,
Nope.
"Dude, there's a sliding door in the closet, but it's locked. Did
The
you
win-
leave something
The
here?"
wind. Oh shit!
That's what I thought of too.
Yeah.
I was like, the duendes in
I was like,
there?
I've never seen a door there, but we had a dresser pushed. Like when we moved in, there was a dresser pushed up to it.
Okay.
We moved out, and then they were moving out, and they had to clear the whole apartment.
Yeah.
Since that wasn't our dresser, we never thought to move it.
They
Yeah.
opened the portal by moving that dresser.
Right.
But yeah, when they were getting rid of the shit, they were like, "Hey man, there's a sliding door back here. It's really small. Like, what's back here?"
Nope.
I was like, "Dude, we didn't lock anything there. I have nothing. Like, there's nothing." But you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
a square, and it's inside, and then there's like a little like
Latch.
finger
Yeah.
hole thing.
Oh,
But it like there's no way to lock it. It just wouldn't slide.
Mm.
I know what that is, but no, I still wouldn't open it. It's actually like those are made for access to the crawl space,
Yeah.
but I still wouldn't open it.
Hell no.
Yeah.
There's a lot of houses or a lot of buildings that actually have that because it leads them to like like the electrical
Yeah.
the whatever.
Like the fuse or what?
No, it leads them to the conduits.
Oh, okay.
So if you had to have or the piping that comes from your sink, was your bottom level?
No, we're top.
Yeah, top. So you have access to all the wiring. So sometimes you go in there and you can go in and you could like whether it's cable, whether it's electrical, it's all right there.
Or there's duende.
Yeah,
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
either that or there's you could open it though.
Well,
and you
see,
could,
that scared the shit out of me because before we were living in the ghetto.
Yeah,
You know what I
of
mean?
course,
Like it
yeah.
wasn't dope there. So we're living in the ghetto. So every time we hear something from there, we're just thinking, oh fuck, we got rats. You know what I mean? And that's why we really wanted to move
that's
out.
probably what you had.
Yeah, and
Bats.
I'm hoping that it was that, but yeah,
Oh my god, that's so.
it's scary. Like
can't.
it's scary hearing shit from the closet, but then like when you just
yeah.
Yeah.
Hell no, I would be like so scared. I wouldn't.
We need to end this conversation because the portal door time
is about to open.
open.
Yeah.
I'm so glad that we're doing this at 3:00. What is it, demon
Oh,
hour
shit,
or
that's
some
when
shit
they
like
say,
that?
too.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm done.
All right. Okay. So we're wrapping it up. If you guys have any scary stories to share, you can put it in the comments. But we want to close the portal.
Yes.
And as they say to say, I don't know if you guys know
you can
that
open your portal.
you are anything that is not of love and light and God, you are not welcome. That's what they say to say.
I
You're
think
not
you have
welcome.
to like really.
Like,
Yes.
like
Yeah.
you are. Stop! I get it now.
That's why I left my hands.
Have you ever played
closed.
Tune in?
I know. I've
have you ever
been
played
like
Tune in
waiting
Tokyo?
this whole time.
What's that?
Have you ever played Tune in? You've never played Tune in Tokyo?
Just
Vince, show her how to play Tune in Tokyo.
Oh no.
Okay, I'm
put,
gonna stop.
no, put your
No,
hand
mm-mm.
like this.
Shut the fuck up.
No,
No.
no. Have you played
all
Tune
right,
in Tokyo?
guys. Hell no, we're fucking closing this shit.
Wait, we have to do
now.
one last question.
Okay, go
Yeah,
ahead.
have you ever
Think
played
of a
Tune in Tokyo?
No, you're stupid. Your turn to ask a question.
No, I don't have a Vince, go ahead.
I've asked the
No,
question.
go ahead.
I already asked the question.
I asked a question too.
No, you
It's your-
didn't.
Yes, you know you. It's your turn.
Your turn.
Yeah, it is your turn. I think.
A hypothetical. Hurry before
Okay.
the portal
okay.
opens.
No, the portal's gonna open by the time we did this. Okay. There's a apparition, a demon. I don't care what it is. A shapeshifter.
Mm-hmm.
She, hot as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Would you?
Knowing
No.
that it was?
Yeah.
Hell no.
Hell fucking
No.
no.
But you're guaranteed it's the best sex of your life.
No.
I'll take a good old mediocre human.
No spirit.
Look at it.
See, I don't know because like jokingly, I've said this. I 1,000,000% don't mean it, but I keep Jesus Christ, that fucking light.
Stop.
No, but I keep on telling people as a joke.
I can't.
There's no proof of this. As a joke, I've been telling people that the studio is haunted.
No,
and
don't
then when
say
they
that.
say,
No.
"Oh, are you serious?" and I'm like, "Yeah, but she's fucking hot."
Don't.
So, I don't know.
That.
Whatever you are,
You're not welcome. You're not welcome.
You're not welcome.
All right, I'm closing it, guys.
Good night.
Thank
See
you so
guys.
much for watching.
Happy
no scare
Halloween.
spirits. Yeah, happy
Yes.
Halloween. Be safe out there.
Happy
Check your kids'
Philippine
candy.
American Heritage, whatever month it
we're
is.
gonna, we're
Yeah.
continue with
Not whatever, but
Philippine
yes.
American Heritage Month. I know it's going to be over, but we're probably going to have some guests to reflect on that in the future episodes.
Yep, definitely.
And we're gonna celebrate fall by wearing red flannel. Eventually.
Yep.
Yes.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. We will catch you guys on the next one.
All right,
Bye.
Bye.